everyone, welcome to CFC Fan TV. I am joined by the wonderful Rory Jennings.
I can see in your face you don't mean that.
I don't know. No, Rory's alright. Who likes Rory? Out of 10, comment below who is better, me or Rory. Listen, me and Rory are having
end really badly
Yeah,
for
I know,
me.
yeah, both of us. I'm pretty sure me. Get some very awful things said. And some nice things, though. I do read the nice comments too. Anyway, me and Rory have been having a debate today, and I've asked you on the community tab, I think you did as well last week, and the question is, with our recent form, can Chelsea make the top four, which I basically a few weeks ago completely ruled out left, right and centre. I was like, it is never ever going to happen. But it seems as if we're scraping through wins. I mean, Swansea away, was it the performance of a lifetime? No. But did we do well to hold on against a team that were fighting relegation? Probably yes. So there are pros and cons to this, Rory.
Yeah, there are.
What are the good factors?
Well, the good factors are I'm pretty sure that we will win all of our games between now and the end of the season. I'm pretty confident that we will do that. The kick in the teeth and the kick in everywhere is that I don't think that will be enough, which is a real shame because we're actually, if my calculations are correct, we're going to miss out on the Champions League on goal difference.
Yeah.
Which is such a heartbreaker. It really is. And the game that sits really badly with me is that point we got against West Ham. That to me, I mean, I know you can look back over the course of the season and pick lots of moments where we didn't live up to what we should have been doing. But for me, it was a game against West Ham, and it's a real shame because had we won that, it would have been completely in our own hands. And sadly, a Ryan Shawcross miss towards the end of the game in the Stoke-Liverpool game means that it's not in our hands, and yeah, we've let it slip.
I mean, I remember that game actually, and all the fan cams. Fans were royally annoyed, peed off, as I would say.
Yeah.
They weren't happy because I think they just felt like it was a performance that is a game that we should be winning at home.
And it was a cumulative effect as well, Sophie, because obviously the previous week we'd played Tottenham. We'd been embarrassed by Tottenham at home. It was the first time it had happened in 28 years. And it was painful. We then went into another London derby against another hated team, a huge rival in West Ham. A West Ham team that haven't been very good, a West Ham team that was desperate for points. Had we won, we would have secured 3. We would have put them closer to the relegation zone, which would have been great for so many reasons. And again, we let it slip. Why
is it that we've only just started now to pick up a slight... I mean, surely it was more important to have our form intact for those games, for Tottenham, for West Ham. I mean...
Yeah, we have found a bit of form, relatively speaking.
Even Conte seems to be a little bit more fired up on touchline against Swansea, which I find a bit strange.
I think as well, a lot of the time that those sorts of defeats would hit hard. I think the fact that Antonio Conte and that group of players are responsible for losing to Tottenham Hotspur for the first time in 28 years would provoke a reaction. I think the fact that they realised that they probably weren't going to be playing Champions League football would provoke a reaction. And I think the fact that they realised that they were probably going to miss out on Champions League football on goal difference would have really had a reaction and made them so desperate to accrue as many points as possible to make it that we've done our best. If Tottenham are to fade away, if Liverpool are to drop points against Brighton at the end of the season, having lost to us, we need to do everything we can to make sure that we're there waiting if anyone slips
That's
up.
what I mean, though. So I think the main thing that fans are saying is, they think Tottenham are going to bottle it. I mean, we've seen them do it time and time again. I know it's a slightly different situation this season, but what I'm saying is that they do feel as if Tottenham may slip up, or Liverpool. Some fans don't think it was even a case of Tottenham. I think it's Liverpool that might drop points.
The trouble with Liverpool is where we need them to drop points. So we're assuming we beat Liverpool, which I think we're perfectly capable of doing. We need them. This is the fixture. It's all going to come down to this fixture, and you tell me your thoughts on this. The fixture is Liverpool playing at home on the last day of the season to Brighton.
It's
a lot to ask for, isn't it?
It is, but I actually don't. For me, the main worry is us winning our games. Now, I know you say you're quite confident that we will go on to the end of the season, but you cannot dispute the fact that throughout the whole season, the minute we've showed a glimmer of light, a little bit of form for a few weeks running, it all seems to go down the pan. I can just see us get into the last game of the season, and all we need to do is win this game, and we took it out the window.
That's definitely possible, but equally, I wouldn't underestimate the resilience of this. Let's remember, this team are built on champions. Antonio Conte has had a turbulent season, but in his essence, he's a wonderful manager. Think about what happened last season. It was an outrageously brilliant year, and they have an FA Cup final to think of. I think that if we are going
that
into
has
the
spurred
game,
them on a little bit, I think.
yeah, absolutely.
The semi-final, I think, has.
You know, I think a lot of people are slightly sneery towards the FA Cup, and I really don't understand it. I think it's a wonderful competition, and if we beat Manchester United, you know, Manchester United are the one of the, if not the most glorious club in this country, arguably in the world. If we beat them in the FA Cup final at Wembley, I don't subscribe to this. It's only the FA Cup attitude. And I don't think that the club do, and I don't think Antonio Conte does, and I don't think the players do. So I think a lot of those players will be thinking in games against Huddersfield, in games against Liverpool, in the game against Newcastle last day, let's win this. They have to impress. They want to play it in the cup final.
Yeah.
So I think there's a chance, but how sad is it that we're going to miss out on goal difference?
I know. I mean, I think fans' main point. I mean, when you say about the FA Cup as well, I don't think it's the fact that they don't. I mean, for me anyway, it's not the fact that it's not as good a trophy as any other, because I think we're all, well, every team's there to win trophies. But I feel as if because we've had such a crappy season, fans are just a little bit like, well, this is just, can we just get it over and done with? I don't think that's it, and I think that's why the motivation is sort of left for a while. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think to a degree, but I think it depends. It depends on your viewpoint. Like I actually had quite an interesting debate with Claude from Arsenal Fan TV.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a debate with love. Obviously, I think he's a really good bloke and a friend actually. But we were debating about Arsenal being in the Europa League. And I was saying how envious I am of them in a European semi-final, how brilliant it is to win it, how difficult it is to win it, and I don't think it should ever be underestimated, the brilliance of planting your flag in European soil.
Yeah, no.
That is incredible, and I just don't understand sometimes who people think they are when they're slightly sneery towards cups. Yeah. Like, you know, if a Chelsea fan were to say, I don't really care about the League Cup, if a Chelsea fan would say, I don't really care about the FA Cup, I think, who do you think we are? Yeah, who do you like? The only set of supporters in the world that have a right to perhaps be sneery to the Europa League, and I don't think they should be, by the way, but is maybe Real Madrid. Real Madrid fans might go, oh, come on, you know, they win a European Cup every year. Of course they're gonna, maybe Barcelona, but as a Chelsea fan, you know, we went 25 years without a trophy. Yeah. Let's acknowledge how important it is.
I mean, I take every competition seriously. I just think, for us to even have a chance of getting top 4 this season, we need to see the spirit that you basically have, Rory, yourself as a fan, in the players. And unfortunately, up until this point, which I think is great, and I hope we can continue on against Liverpool this weekend, I need to see some convincing wins. I think not a 1-0 against Swansea.
Yes, that was. Do you know what I found a real shame about that? We had a glimmer. I mean, it was a very small glimmer, right? A tiny little speck of light at the end of a very, very long tunnel. But we had an opportunity to get in the Champions League, and we knew that it would probably come down to goal difference. Yeah. We were 1-0 up against a struggling, poor Swansea team after 4 minutes, and we need goals. Yeah. And the game finished. Oh yeah, we couldn't. And the game finished. And that was mostly. That game could have finished 6-0, 5-0. We beat them 5-0 recently. Do you remember Oscar had the game of his life?
Yeah, well, I mean, what's it called? I put a Instagram out, and I said, you know, rate yesterday's performance out of 10, or describe it in 3 words, and they were like, you know, average, but didn't really.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So
it was an opportunity missed.
I think from now until season, it's not only important that we win games, it's important that we win them by more than 2 goals. But you know what?
That's the way I felt before Swansea, but it's insurmountable now. Like, we're so far behind Liverpool on the goal difference. It's impossible. Had we stuck 6 on Swansea, it was still really, really difficult, but it was plausible. Yeah. It's now impossible. Like, it's impossible.
It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible, Rory.
But you can't make up 18 goals in 2 games.
No, I know. So we need to hope Tottenham will win.
I do. Yeah, we need Tottenham to, or Brighton to do us. See, the hope is that Tottenham slip and do what they do, or Brighton do us the best favour.
And I think all we can do now until the end of the season, comment below if you agree with this, is just to win every single game we have and not rely on others to, you know, lose all their games till the end of the season. We need them to drop points, of course, but I think at the end of the day, if that does happen, if we're not showing our form, if we're not winning games by more than 1-0, I do worry that it's not going to happen. Anyway, guys, comment below. Do you think we'll make top 4 this season? Do you agree with me and Rory? What do you think of the FA Cup? Because it's actually quite a, well, it's quite a, not a controversial subject, but just something that not everybody
it's an interesting
takes seriously.
Splits the audience.
Yeah, exactly. So comment below and let us know your thoughts. And if you like this video, please click the subscribe button. We'd love to see you again. Go on, you Blues.